So speaking of constraints and design constraints, you had a different set of constraints on another product that I want to go look at. Let's go look at the Steelcase Series 1.
Great, it's right over here.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look.
So
now, what was really interesting about this one is that we had a different problem.
Yeah.
It was no longer about design necessarily as a starting point, because this is a problem that's a little more familiar to us.
Yeah.
And so we knew that the biggest problem was about creating
colorful ones.
A high level of value over. We were looking to create a high level of value while we were also working within a global constraint.
Yeah.
So that's a very tough thing in a company as big as Steelcase.
Yeah.
And so what we did here is we said, well, the real problem is an engineering problem, and the real problem is a supply chain problem. And so if we can solve those things right up front, we'll create a set of constraints that design can respond to. So that's precisely what we did. Instead of putting design at the forefront of the problem, we put those other two disciplines at the problem. Now, the thing that I really want to focus on here is this illustrates the fact that creativity isn't exclusively a design problem. Creativity is a problem for all disciplines, all functions.
Yes.
And so anything that we can do to actually help to elevate that creativity in all of those disciplines is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And so that's precisely what we did here. In a matter literally of 6 weeks, we were able to conceptualize the supply chain, conceptualize the engineering structures, create a bone structure for the chair that design could actually work to.
Wow.
That's powerful.
6 weeks. That's
6 weeks.
Fast.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
We turned the problem over at that time to design. We said, here are your constraints. Here is your bone structure. See what you can do with that. So for 6 weeks then, design took the lead and controlled the outcome. And after a sum total of 12 weeks, we actually had a concept that we could hand to a product development team and implement. And it's been a very, very fast process ever since.
That's incredible. That's great. What a cool story about how you were creative to come up with this product. So tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here, and how you solved some of those constraints that you talked about.
Well, I would say to start with, Steelcase is really, really knowledgeable about ergonomics, performance, work, and the kinds of things that we need to actually build into a chair of this sort. Those things all exist here. This is an incredibly comfortable chair. It has the ability to work really, really well in a lot of diverse settings.
Yeah.
That's in our DNA at Steelcase. In addition to that, something that I'm really, really excited about here, and you see in the lineup behind us, is we have a tremendous range of finish options for the chair.
Yes.
We've put a lot of control over the outcome of this chair in the hands of our designer customers. And so we can make products that are incredibly animated, dynamic, expressive, maybe sometimes even consumer product, like yellow or red or orange.
Yeah.
Right. And this is super exciting. It's very, very fresh. But we can also tone it down. If we go to the more neutral palette for this product, we create something that's technical in appearance, a little more serious. And if you look down this line, you'll see a product that has a headrest on it with a leather seat, and all of a sudden the chair can take on a more sophisticated and grown-up look to it.
Yeah.
So the range of expression to this is really powerful.
Yeah, I love it. Looks really interesting. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful display. Bruce, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Katie. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so we are live here at NeoCon, Chicago 2017. Stay tuned for the rest of the day. We'll be back with Bruce, some of his colleagues. We'll be back with more, and have a good morning.